Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first SadState podcast. Who knows, it could be the last SadState podcast, but I said, hey, let's give it a shot, right? Let's give it a try, huh? And, Podcastscape is still fairly getting organized, still fairly establishing itself. You got big names out there doing it now. You got big names paving the way, setting the landscape, you know. Put in the groundwork, setting up the what do you call that, well, let's just say they're polishing the floor like a A1 janitor, you know. And sorry if you didn't like that beat in the beginning. That's just a little beat that I made. I still don't know what I'm doing here. I still don't know if that's going to be the intro. Maybe drop a comment below if you don't mind it, or if you want me to spice it up, if you want me to do a little something more. We're only in episode 1 here. And I think I've been toying around with this idea for a while now. Like, I had a bunch of friends tell me I should try streaming on Twitch because I do play a lot of video games. And we will talk about video games on this podcast sometime. We'll talk about video games. We'll talk about anime. We'll talk about the news. We'll talk about politics. We'll talk about whatever, and that's what might make this podcast good, This is for the varied person, This is for the eclectic mind, for the intellectual, if you will, And like I was saying, basically, friends have been telling me to stream on Twitch, and I tried that. And I'm not saying I won't do it again, but let's just say it was a hustle. Let's just say it was a struggle. And then one faithful day, someone hosted me, and I feel bad because I don't remember their name. But then again, I haven't streamed on Twitch in about a month or so more. So excuse me on that one. I do not remember their name at the time. And when they hosted me, I got about 30 viewers. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, 30 viewers, man. My kid brother's pulling in hundreds. My kid brother, boy, he's the next ninja. Hey, relax. That 30, man, had me hype. Had me so hype. And much like, Key and Peele and stuff, like, go out on top, while things are good, let's end it here. Let's not wring that towel out, too much. Let's not try to get every drip drop out of it. Let's just end it while the getting's good. But then again, who knows? I might dip that towel right back and get to drip dropping once again. So today is the day after my birthday. The day after my birthday, And you kind of am I the only one who forgets that license and driver's license and IDs and all that expire on your birthday? Like, whose idea was that? Whose idea in the history of fucking the DMV or whatever they call it? Is it I should look into that. Is it the DMV everywhere? I'm in California. I'm in the SF Bay Area, So out here we call it the DMV. It's where you go to get all your licenses and all that. Yeah, so who thought about that? Like, you're celebrating your day of birth, and guess what? Tomorrow, you can't keep the party going unless you're prepared. I mean, who prepares? What? I'm a young adult. What young adults are preparing out here for that? But the really fucked up part is that I thought I did prepare. I honestly fucking thought I filled out whatever paper you're supposed to fill out, And I guess the biggest shit that's fucking with me is that I recently moved. So I can't just like, hey, give me another license. I gotta, fill out a paper and get an address change and what have you on that driver's license. So if you're riding in them black and white cars and you see me out there, don't stop me. Don't stop me. It's coming in the mail. I'm waiting on it. Don't shoot me down. I'm just trying to go get some tacos on a Tuesday like LeBronathan James. I'm just trying to Taco Tuesday, That's not even a joke either. I love tacos, and everyone knows on Tuesday they're cheaper than on another day, So that's the best time. That's the best time. But I'm somewhat of a taco addict, if you will. Like I've started on a Tuesday all the way to the next Tuesday before. That's not even a joke. 7 days of tacos, like, and I got into that mindset, like, well, what's better? What's a better lunch? What's a better midday meal than some carne asada? What's better? But yeah. So I guess what finally gave me the push to start the podcast is that I actually compiled a list of things to talk about. I don't know how many, if this shit really gets going, if you guys enjoy it, how many podcasts I could do. I don't think I could do a daily podcast. That's probably hard, Maybe a couple podcasts a week, maybe. We'll see, right? We'll see. But you've been on Twitter. You've probably seen the millennial Tarzan, or the Ace Ventura of our time, Brother Nature. Probably seen him getting attacked by a chubby assailant over there in Florida. What's up with Florida, man? What they always say? What do they put in the water over there? Like, you remember when people were smoking bath salts? That shit was in Florida. Something sums up over there. Thumbs up. But so how do we start this? I mean, most people are pushing a narrative that Brother Nature was jumped. And from the 2 videos I saw, it was the same chubby dude hitting him, having a pillow fight with him. Like, I want to say, like, the when they were outside, the kick to the head when he hit the ground was probably the worst thing. But anyone who knows how to fight knows that kid couldn't punch worth a shit. He was exhausted just from swinging his arms. It was a very poor display of physicality. Very poor display. But nevertheless, people are saying, like, what did Brother Nature do to deserve this? And did the guy just do it because he's Brother Nature? Was this an act of hate? Was this one guy going, hey, this guy, he's made a name for himself for being nice to animals, I'm gonna beat his ass? I don't think that. I personally, I don't think that. If it was, apologies, I'm mistaken, but I'm gonna just go out on a limb. The chubby guy, Mr. Black Shirt Chub, he couldn't fight for the shit, but he was trying his damnness. He was trying his fucking damnness. He was swinging them little fucking pillow arms the best he could. And that's where I say there's some passion in that. There's some, there's something there. So, let's just use our brains for a second. Hey, anyone ever seen Brother Nature's Twitter comments? There's a lot of girls there Googling and eyeing and thirsting over our good Brother Nature. So, hey, maybe Brother Nature slept with that guy's girlfriend, Maybe Brother Nature did some real Sancho shit, Maybe he did some real Sancho activities. And, hey, anybody with a significant other, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. If you find out this brother Nate, if you're finding out the guy feeding deers is fucking your girlfriend, I mean, hey, you're liable to punch a deer. You're liable to punch the next fucking Bambi you see. I mean, let's just be honest with our emotions and feelings as human beings. You are liable to punch a fucking deer. So are we gonna fault this guy? Yeah, we'll fault this guy. You know, with all that being said, yeah, we're gonna fault this guy. Cause I mean, you know, from the video, and I'm just telling you, go watch the video. I'm not to the point where I'm going to be showing footage and shit. Maybe in the future we'll do that, but right now I'm still trying to figure out what's going to get me claimed, what's not going to get me claimed. And we're going to figure out from this episode. We're going to be testing the water and seeing what's going to get this fucking new little, I don't even know if it's quite a podcast. So we're just uploading it to YouTube at the moment. Maybe we'll do SoundCloud. Maybe we'll try to branch out and see if Spotify or Apple wants to give us a shot. I don't really know. It might be easy. I might be overthinking it. Maybe it's just simple, just making a profile and uploading it. But anyway, back to Brother Nature. Like I said, so there was some passion behind that. So I believe that there was a story behind that. I don't believe it was just a random act of violence, and that's just my opinion. You may believe a world where people are just beating the shit out of Twitter celebrities. I don't know. That might be the world you live in. Me personally, I come from a little bit of a more street understanding, I guess, if you will, a little more gritty background, and I'll say that that definitely looked like there was a vendetta there. There was definitely like a reason to that, and I don't want to just say like, oh, he asked for a picture and guy said no. If he did, then that's just a real emotional chup. But I don't know. I think there was something behind that. I think maybe we'll find out more about that. And continuing this, if you just seen Brother Nature uploaded another video a couple hours ago from this podcast, from this moment in the podcast, maybe like an hour or so ago, and he said, well, he didn't say anything. He's just in a video with his shirt off with another guy with his shirt off. And they're not saying anything. They're just listening to songs about violent stuff. At one point, his friend with no shirt is doing finger guns at the camera. You know, he just finger bang, bang, finger bang, just finger banging the camera. And I mean, I don't, you know, what? Like I said, like, you know, let's try to get to the facts. Like, Brother Nature in the video did not swing back once, did not try to do anything. And I don't want anyone like, oh, well, maybe he was scared he was going to get jumped. Dude, you're getting your ass beat already. You better take one down on the way down, you know? And that's something I'm going to try to do in this podcast is I'm not just going to try to give opinions. I'm going to try to give you a little bit of life advice. Look, you know, people used to have a morals and a code, you know? Something they lived by. These days, people don't really live by shit but other people's opinions and what's fucking trending. It's kind of sickening. Okay, boomer. No. We're not going there. It's no okay, boomer shit. This is, you know, I'm gonna give you what I can give you. It's up to you to implement it and do what you will with it. But yeah, he didn't swing back once. You know, he did not throw a punch. He sat there and he took the beating, and I really don't know what he was thinking or the establishment. Has anyone even thought about that? Why would Brother Nature run out of the store? Like, you see at one point he gets up and he runs out of the restaurant. Why? It's well lit. There's witnesses. You know, leaving the establishment, I probably was your worst move, unless like what, I don't know, what, you had a gun in the car or some fucking pussy shit and you wanted to fucking shoot people. You know, like why run out of the well lit business? But also, why was well, you know, if I work at a fucking food place, I'm not jumping over the counter to save Brother Nature. Well, maybe I will. I'm a real scrappy guy, you know. In these streets, I'm undefeated, you know. Let's just say that. So maybe I would. But I don't expect everyone to be like me. So I don't expect a random food employee to hop over to help Twitter celebrity Brother Nature. But also, you know, I believe either, yeah, I should have checked that. I believe Brother Nature said this, or someone who's a Brother Nature supporter said that there was people in the restaurant, which you can clearly see, but they pulled out their phones and just recorded it. Now I want to tell you, anyone who's listening to this, we're going into 2020. For the last 5 years, I want to say. Now, what am I saying? Let's go last 9 years? Yeah, let's say the last 9 years. I mean, people were kind of doing it in 2010, 2006 to 2010. It was kind of going on, but it wasn't that big of a thing. But for the last, 9 years, if you fucking fall down the stairs, someone's going to record it, You might record it yourself, ask Meek Mill, You might record it yourself on accident. That's the kind of place we're living in right now, where you might do a little goofy goof and it might be your own fault. The world sees it. But expect people to record it. Don't expect anyone to help you. I mean, we've all seen it. We've seen old ladies getting robbed, and we're just like, wait, who's recording this? Why is that guy not helping the old lady who's getting fucking robbed? That's the time we live in. So I tell all my loved ones and anyone that will listen, always be ready. So you don't have to get ready. I did not create that. But once I heard that those prolific words, it stuck with me. I'm much like a sponge in that regard. And I hope they stick with you. So, just head on a swivel. Head on a swivel. Chin up, chest out. Come on. Pay attention to your surroundings. Especially if people know you that don't know you. Now listen to that. Especially if people know you that don't know you. So, on the lowest scale, if you're just a poppin' Instagram person, a poppin' Twitter person, I'm not even gonna mention Facebook. But if you got some type of internet clout, dude, watch your back. Watch your fucking back, As you may all know, if you're on this channel, I make music. I've been making music, damn near my whole life at this point. And when I was young doing this music thing, I would have people think I wasn't repping my neighborhood or area correctly. So that's why I say, I've been in some shit. So just coming from my experience, I tell everyone, just head on a fucking swivel. Because there's people who just seen you somewhere. They seen you in a video. They seen you in a picture. And they seen a whole bunch of people like it. Maybe their girlfriend liked the picture. And that pissed them off. And they're just like, oh, who is this fucking guy? Who's this guy? When I see this guy, I'm going to put the pause on this guy. But you got to be ready. And it's a good balance, It's a good balance. You got to have a balance. You don't want to be paranoid. You don't want to be paranoid. But you want to be ready. You want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. You want to be active. You want to be down with the activity and the shenanigans. Because they'll bring them to you. You don't got to start the activities or the shenanigans, but they will bring you the activity and the shenanigans. Like, Brother Nature was probably just fucking eating. He's probably just fucking eating, and then some guy comes up and punches him. We don't know. We don't see the start of the video. But that's another note right there. If you're ever eating and you just see someone about to approach you, probably grab your spork, Spork that motherfucker right in the neck. Right in the fucking eye. Just bah. Police, why'd you spork that guy in the eye? The motherfucker was walking up to me while I was eating. I don't know what the fuck he had planned. I'm over here eating in a place that uses sporks as utensils. Fuck shit. But that's my advice in that situation. And I would say prayers to Brother Nature and all that. But like I said, he posted a video. He has one little lump on the front of his head. I imagine maybe he has a little bump in the back of the head because he hit his head on the ground. But Maybe it was just an even hit on the back of the head, and it's just like one big welt, you know, maybe one big solid uh bump there. Maybe I mean, he's got a little money. I hope he went to the doctor, make sure he didn't have a concussion. That the first video was at night, and his video was in the morning time, so he obviously survived the night, didn't die in his sleep. Like it was a possibility when you have a concussion. So always be careful. Always be careful when you're concussed. So he's good. But then like I said, he's in that video with another guy, and they both have their shirts off, and the other guy's just doing finger guns. Like, finger gun guy. Hey, this is finger gun guy. Why weren't you there? Why weren't you getting food with Brother? And why the fuck is Brother Nature eating alone in a restaurant at night in Miami? I tell you, people with a little bit of a clout don't know how to move. I used to always say maybe I should just rent myself out as a personal bodyguard or just a life advisor. You know, these people, they don't know how to move, and with a little bit of clout, with a little bit of clout droplets on them. But now they're honestly in a position, if anything happens to the guy who did it. By the way, they doxed him. You know how Twitter works. You do something fucked up to a little puppy or a kitten or a Brother Nature, they're gonna dox you. So they know they put out his name. What am I doing? I was looking for the name. I'm not gonna say the name. Yeah, I'm not gonna help the doxing. What am I thinking? But got a guy in the video doing finger guns. You got his name and address out there. So I hope nothing happens to the guy. And I know what you're thinking, but he beat him up. He beat up Brother Nature. Oh, yeah, he needs to go. No, I don't move like that, you know. I say guns call for guns, and fists call for fists, you know. If someone beats you up while you eat food, I'm not saying there got to be a fair fight. You know, I'm not saying that you gotta like, hey, I want my revenge. You beat me up last Thursday. It's time to duel. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you gotta get your get back. You know, you get your get back. How you get your get back? I'm telling you, man. Hey, if you gotta fucking sit in the bushes outside this motherfucker's house and wait for him to come out in the morning and hit him with a little mini baseball bat that they give out at those baseball games and hit him right in the fucking shin and take his fucking head down a notch, hey, you lump that motherfucker up with that tiny baseball bat that you got at that baseball game. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know? That's all I'm saying. If you want to go fucking wait for this guy outside of his job, find his car, pop all his tires, waits till he gets in the car, waits till he gets out to check that he's got a fucking flat, and then hit him over the head with a fucking crowbar, hey, that's your prerogative. That's all I'm saying. And in addition to that, you don't got to shoot someone because they put their hands on you. You also have two hands, and if your two hands don't ball up strong enough and you don't know how to use those balled up hands strong enough, you don't know how to apply 8 ounces of pressure to a motherfucker's jawline, hey, I'm here for you. Be sneaky. You're a human. Some of the most sneaky motherfucker beings in the universe, you know? You ever look at your dog or your cat and just see that motherfucker looking at you like, whoa, how did he get bread out of that bag? How's he making a sandwich? Because humans are crafty. Fucking crafty. So, you know, humanity and all that, use your craft, get your get back. That's all I'm saying, you know. And that's just me now in my more wiser bag, you know. A younger me would have been like, it ain't 1 for 1, it's 10 for 1. You know, that's a younger buddy. But this buddy's just like, get your get back, you know, just get your get. Yeah, I think that's it for Brother Nature. So let's move on. Kind of a little tangent of the Brother Nature shit is narratives these days being pushed. And I don't want to dwell on this because I know people have probably done hours and hours plus talking about this shit. I just want to touch on something that I just touch on it. Maybe another day I'll really get into it. But this is something that really concerns me. You know, I don't know if anyone else pays attention to this, but this is just something that really annoys me. Something will happen, and the place for discussion these days is Twitter. If you fucking talking about shit on Facebook, you're fucking, come on, get your fucking life together, you know. But Instagram, that's, you're supposed to post pictures and shit there. I know you can do videos now. I deleted my Instagram a while ago. I've been like, hey man, who told you to change the fucking the HUD? Who told you to change the HUD, man? Who told you to put ads everywhere and get the fuck? You know, and that's something that bothers me. You guys all remember MySpace? No boomer memes, please. But do you guys fucking remember MySpace? We were using the fuck out of MySpace. And do you remember one of the main reasons they lost a big population, a big chunk of their people, was because they sold it to Fox? Think about that. In social media's infancy, we were like, oh, our beloved MySpace was sold to a big corporation. I'm not using this anymore. Stay woke. Stay woke, guys. Not using this. But remember, Instagram got bought by Facebook. You know? That was the first strike against me. It triggered me. It brought me back to MySpace days. I was just like, wait, why am I using this? Wait, why am I using this? Then you find out all the privacy issues that Facebook and all that shit has, and you still use it? You still use it. I know what you're thinking. Hey, man, everything you're doing, they're listening to. I don't, you know, hey, let them. And when I say them, hey, maybe that's the government, and you can't do anything about that. But I'm just going to let fucking some nerds, fucking Zuckerberg and the boys just give all my information to. Fuck that, dude. The government already knows the fucking everything, you know? They issued my social security, you know? They have copies of my birth certificate or some shit. I'm sure. There's nothing I can really hide from them, you know? But Mark Zuckerberg and the boys don't need to know all my shit. So, yeah, just pay attention to shit, you know? Just because somebody says something is cool, it doesn't mean it's cool. You know, they're not the measuring stick for cool shit. So, just because all the celebrities are like, oh, check my Instagram, follow me on Instagram. You don't need an Instagram. You're not a celebrity. You're not doing nothing. And who gives a fuck what they're doing? Let's be real. You do. I'm sorry. Walk right into that one. You do, but you shouldn't. You understand? All my religious people out there, I'm not the most religious person, but all my religious people out there, I think you're not supposed to idolize shit but your God or something like that. So, you know, maybe not like maybe not like Taylor Swift that much. I'm sorry, Taylor. No, that was me. Who else? I don't know. Kanye? No, there's too much of a relation between those two. Well, you know what I mean. Your favorite musician, your favorite whatever. Don't idolize them too much, man. Go see their show. Go watch. If they're an actor, watch their movie. If they're a musician, go pop out at a show, show your support. Either than that, you don't need to know what the fuck they're eating, what they look like, without makeup, or what, you know, what are they doing on their Thursday? Who cares about their Thursday? Fuck, are they thirsty? Are they drinking? No. But oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So back to the social media and narratives. Like I was saying, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but on Twitter, something will happen. Like we can go back to that young girl Greta who went to the NATO summit and was like, "Hey, you guys are fucking up the earth, and I'm young and I'm trying to live out here. You know, I like green grass and shit. Respect." There was just people all over Twitter and bots. I say bots, you know, and so I said I don't want to get too deep into this. One day I'll get deep into this, but for now we just touch on there's bots on Twitter. If you haven't noticed, I have trouble figuring sometimes believing anybody's real on Twitter. Like sometime, you know, but there's bots all over Twitter, and when something happens, like a little girl speaks up, and of course that's going to be impactful. A lot of people are going to pay attention to that shit. Bots come out the fucking crevices of the web. The crevices, damn it. And you know how to spot them. They always have these really one-sided opinions. They're always attacking people. And it's literally just there to drive a narrative or drive something home. And you can spot them because you'll check their profile. It's a fairly new profile. They ain't really posted shit. It's got like 60 fucking followers or some shit like that. And I say this now, and I'm just telling you, they know this now. So one day, soon enough, you know, they're going to have more realistic accounts. Maybe they start buying Twitters. Maybe, you know, I don't know. But they have bots, and they push narratives. They will like literally be like, oh, that little girl should be in school. Why isn't she asleep? Check the profile. Fucking 30 followers over here. Tim McGrad. Like, who the fuck's named Tim McGrad? Sorry if there's a Tim McGrad listening, or if you're out there and one day you listen. Sorry, Tim McGrad. But it's just like Tim McGrad, 30 followers, says, why isn't this little girl in school? That's a fucking bot. You think someone literally just saw this shit on the news and was like, I need to make a Twitter right now and go find this popular post and speak my mind? No, they're fucking bots. You want to test it? Do what I said. The profiles, they got like little 30 view or 30 followers. Sometimes it's even lower than that. I've seen some with more than that. I've seen a few with more than that. But call them out. Call them a bot. And comment something specific like low follower account bot trying to push a narrative or some shit like that. And a lot of times they'll delete their comment. A lot of times they delete their comment. I'm just saying, hey, give it a little shot. See what you get. And just be careful out there. Like I said, I'm not gonna touch on it too much. One day we'll go really in depth in that. Bring out some examples to show you guys, because I've seen a lot. Something I've noticed in the podcast scene, you know, I listen to various podcasts, mostly watch them, which is why I kind of feel bad that this isn't hammed up. But it wouldn't be a pretty sight, you know. Just in a real dark room. It's raining. It's a real rainy day in the Bay. Is it raining where you are? The only question I could think to ask. Shout out the Front Bottoms, you know. It's a band. It's a band I like, you know. Shout out to them. But something I've noticed in the podcast realm is that podcasters are for sure listening to other podcasts, and a lot of time they try to bring up topics in the same exact way and talk about the same exact shit. Even sometimes use the same exact fucking jokes. And it's cringy, and it's like living in a Twilight Zone, you know? It's like, wait, I just watched that podcast too, guy. You can't use that joke. That's not your joke, guy. But they're doing it. They're all feeding off each other. And they're making a living out of it. So hey, if you guys like this, show me some love. Hey, I'll keep pumping them out. We'll build this up. You know. We got the bread and butter right here. We got the topics, and we got the talking. So, you know, it only goes up from here. But with that being said, I just want to play a little clip for you. Play a little clip. Oh, sorry. I just got check. I I don't know why I checked Twitter at this time. A lot of misguided people out there. I guess we'll go back to it. Okay, we'll go back to it. So, a content creator, a streamer, a game player, video guy that I respect out there in the world. Like his content a lot. Not gonna say his name because this probably isn't the best light to shine on him. But back to the brother nature thing. He posted out a quick tweet, and maybe that's really how it feels. I feel like it was just a spur of the moment kind of thing. Maybe he didn't see the second video where brother nature's fine and nothing's wrong with him. You know, a little lump on his head, and he's already with a goon, if you will, doing finger guns at a camera. So, you know, but basically the streamer guy was like, "Hey, I hope someone shoots this guy." Basically, he's like, "Oh, you beat up brother nature. I hope someone shoots this guy." And you know, I don't agree with that. You know, I've a lot of people around me have been how do I say, involved with the gun violence and stuff. Like you know, my father was killed with gun violence, so you know, I'm a little different, a little indifferent when it comes to guns. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not afraid of guns or like against guns or nothing like that. I just think it's a time and a place for everything. Like I said earlier, if someone beats you up, and it's not even a good beat up, it's a fucking sorry pillow fisted, nobody damn near knows how to fight anymore ass fucking beat up. Um, you don't need to kill someone like that. You don't. But like I said, I shouldn't have checked Twitter because some guy, me and the streamer guy had a back and forth, and it just, you know, ended with I just told him like, hey man, you know, go check the other video. Guy's one lump on his head, he's fine. Which is why I was like, you don't got to shoot this guy. But someone else pops in and just says, nah, I hope old boy gets his shit peeled back. Some niggas just gotta be off the earth. All right, guy. You're gangster. You're gangster. Look at this guy's profile while we're at it, huh? All right, he's got a Leah. He's got a Leah as his whatever you call that. He has a Leah as his profile header, and he posts Fortnite video. And he looks like a fucking square with a giant forehead. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. He really looks like a fucking square. And that's back to the narrative shit. You got people who aren't about that life. This motherfucker plays Fortnite. Why are you on a post talking about people should be killed? I hope you mean in Fortnite. I hope you mean in Fortnite. Life is precious, everybody. Life is precious. You know, we talk about all this, like, it just depends who you are. But we talk about shit different all the time. Like, Malcolm X was a real little thug out there, you know, doing some thug shit out there, doing some street shit, little street dude. But then, boom, he turns into fucking Malcolm X. Okay? To keep on the X hype here, we got XXXTentacion. He was a fucking just goon running around beating the shit out of people who had him fucked up. But towards the end of his life, he was fucking helping a bunch of fucking misguided children and homeless people and just his neighborhood and doing so much good for other artists and shit. Like, let people get a chance to evolve, you know? Somebody could punch the deer feeding guy and then turn into something, you know? They could punch the fucking deer, the guy who feeds deers at a restaurant, and become something. They don't need their life taken, you know? You could also pop out of a bush with a bat that you got from a baseball game and fucking take his knees out. He could still walk another day and become somebody. All right. So back to where we were. Sorry, tangent there. Tangent. So podcasts. I watch a lot of podcasts, and like I said, this first episode, we're gonna figure out if we get claimed and what we get claimed for. You know, we can test the limits here. Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast. I just want to preface this. I don't hate the guy. I actually watch a lot of their podcasts. I think he's a funny guy at times. But if you watch this shit, I'm just saying, there's not a single black person on his show. If you check the history of the H3 podcast, he's only ever had one black person on his show. And no diss to that man. But hold on. What's his name? I forget. Yeah. Excuse me, dude. Almost there. You gotta scroll really down. A year ago he had Marquise Brownlee. That's the tech guy, if I'm not mistaken. So, like I said, no diss to him. He's just not the basically what I'm saying, if you ask the average black person, they have no idea who the fuck that is. So, you know what I mean? I'm not saying anything. I'm just speaking facts. I'm just pointing stuff out. I'm just pointing stuff out in a very linear way. And I'm not trying to paint anything. I'm not going to go too deep into this. I just want to touch on it. Because believe me, I could go deep. Like I said, I actually listened to the podcast. I watched the podcast, whatever you want to call it. I watched the shit. So I could go deeper into this. But I just want to preface this shit with Ethan says he has like some type of Tourette's or some type of tic that he has. He says it changes or whatever, You might notice he does like the eyebrow thing a lot, But I'm just saying, it's one of his tics saying like borderline racist shit. I don't really know what to paint it, I got a few examples. I'm not going to lie to you. I got a few examples. Because like I said, I've been plotting this podcast for a minute. I've been thinking maybe it's time to get my voice out there. Hey, we're going to start a little trouble, If you talk for a lot of minutes at a time, hours if you will, you're going to eventually say some shit that's going to rub somebody the wrong way. So, guess let's roll the clip. And hopefully YouTube does not claim us here, but this is just something that struck me as like, okay, dude, kind of like, okay, bruh, like, what, bruh, like kind of a bruh moment, but just give it a listen. We'll talk about it.
But they like it. Yeah. Like, I like Third Eye Blind. I know it's like, I know it's gay as fuck, for lack of a better word, but I like it. And so it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'll put that shit on and I know every word on that whole self-titled album.
Oh, that's a great album.
I'll
back you up on that.
Hila,
I'm a hater.
Hila goofs on me. She makes me feel like a little bitch when I listen to Third Eye Blind.
It's some dorky-ass 90s music. It's nostalgic.
But I know it's corny, and I like it. So that's what it is.
I like it.
Let's continue before I say anything else. Let's see. I've used the gay word derogatorily.
A couple times.
Derogatorily.
And
yeah, I've said
probably just cancel his show.
My show? Yeah. What can you do to me? I've already said the N-word. Like, you can't take me down.
Well,
I've already said the N-word live.
Let's not invite
You
anyone.
can't touch me.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Just zero regard for his colored audience, if you will, his black listeners, his black viewers. And he does it a lot, I feel very indifferent when I watch it. It's just like, I'm here for the goofs and the gaffs, but bro, what the fuck is that about? And all the gays out there, how do you feel about that? I know you guys don't take no shit. You guys fucking jump on shit like that. You guys ain't fucking ain't taking that kind of shit. But I don't think this is any reason to really get outraged. But bruh, the fuck, the fuck, you know? And the sad thing is, Hila's always there, and she's always like, you could tell that she's like kind of trying to tell her husband, like, we're on, like, you know, and it's at a point where it's like, come on, we're fucking being filmed, we're being recorded, you know, maybe not say so many fucking dicey things. And I'm just like, yo, is one of your ticks, is it just to say borderline racist shit? Very bold statements too. He said, I've already said the N-word. What are they gonna do to me? What can they do to me? You know? Name one other person who said the N-word and acted like that after they did it. I'm just saying, like, Justin Bieber sung that shit, and just the other day he was like, yo, racism. We gotta stand against this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take a whole different path once they get caught saying the N-word or doing, you know, saying some shit like that. And a lot of people don't bounce back in today's society after, which I guess is a good thing, you know, because why you saying that, bro? Why you saying that? Don't say that. You don't say that, you know? But I think that's all I have for that. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to make this like I dislike Ethan type thing or something, because it's not about that. It's not about that. I'll be down to have a conversation with him. It's just no. I mean, hey, if you're successful, you're getting your views and shit. I guess, hey, you're right. What, they haven't came for you yet, right? So keep rocking in the free world and do shout out Narwhal. Like I said, I didn't like that. Rubbed me kind of the wrong way. Like, I know you said it, but I try to forget you said it. I try to give you the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, anyone who talks for a living is gonna say some fucked up shit, you know. But then, like I said, I look into the other shit. You don't ever have black guests, but if you go to his channel, just look at the videos on the H3 Podcast YouTube. Just look at the videos and tell me how many times you see a black person as the thumbnail. So then that begs the question, like, you're willing to use black people for content, joke on them, but you won't have discussions with them. You know? I'm just saying, I'm an avid watcher. I'm not just someone who popped in to talk shit about it. I watch this shit. I'm going to continue to watch this shit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to watch Fupus Maximus, you know? I'm going to watch. But with that being said, you know, maybe be a little more considerate about what you're saying with stuff like that. And shout out to all the gay people. If that offended you, I'm sorry for playing that, and I'm sorry. Maybe he'll apologize for saying that. If you really need that. I don't know. You know, I don't know what people are sensitive over these days. So, but moving on. I hope everyone's having a lovely weekend. A lovely weekend, you know. UPS trucks, UPS just, I mean, we had a couple incidents, what was it, on the 5th? On the 3rd to the 5th. It's like a lot of UPS stuff happening. I even think my mom sent over a package to my nephew, and I think someone took it. You know, it's my nephew's birthday last month, and someone took it, I think. So UPS, I don't know. You might need to start giving your drivers guns or something. This shit's getting ugly. You know. Maybe we need a new type of mail system. So like, I don't know, like tracking devices or something, because people are just ripping shit open. One time I worked at FedEx, and it's not UPS, but damn near the same thing. And you have a manager for the conveyor belt that you work on, call it belt manager, you know. And my belt manager was a thief. He was a thief, you know. How he eventually got fired was him, the loader for the truck, and the driver for the truck all conspired to steal a whole FedEx truckload worth of Apple computers. This was back in like 2009, 2010, I want to say, maybe 2009, you know. And they still like the big ass, you know, those the old ones, the big ass like metal looking Mac towers that came in that black box. They stole a whole fucking truckload of those when those first came out. They were being shipped to Best Buy or some shit like that. You know, they were getting shipped to a store. And the belt manager, the loader of the truck, and the truck driver all were in on it. And I don't know what they were gonna split it or what their game was, but they stole the whole truck. And they did it in a real flashy and arrogant way. Like on their way out in the morning. Because we used to load overnight. So on their way out, it's like 7 in the morning on the way out for the route. Well, basically on their way to steal the computers. We're getting off work. We're all tired after a night of fucking playing human Tetris, fucking stacking boxes. And you just see like the back door of the truck like open. It either opened or closed. My memory's a little shoddy at this point. But the point is we saw him. So we see the belt manager do like some arrogant ass like wave type thing, like, hey, I'm out this bitch type deal. And yeah, we later heard about what happened. Try to steal a whole truckload. It was a weird place too, cause I was fresh out of high school. It was like I think I want to say my first job out of high school, and everyone else there was like ex-cons. They used to always ask me like, "Hey, why do you work here?" You know, I was in jail. This is the only place that would hire me, and I'm just like, I'm stupid. I should be in jail right now. I've done enough stuff to be in jail right now, but I'm not in jail. I'm just living the lifestyle. It was an experience, but that was just a little bit of uplifting of the spirits, I guess, before we get into this. So yeah, like UPS truck violence and thievery. Over the last couple days. So like I said, there was some robberies, but the most notable one, I guess, is back in Florida. Like I said, what the fuck's going on with Florida, you know? Let's see. The Thursday shootout in South Florida left 4 dead. The 2 hijackers, the 27-year-old abducted UPS driver, and a 70-year-old man who happened to be idling at the light on his way home from work. Wow. Okay, so the 2 people who hijacked this UPS truck, they were jewelry thieves. So they robbed a jewelry store. And in an attempt to escape, they thought, "Hey, we'll hide in this UPS truck. We'll abduct the driver." You know, not very Ocean's 11 of them. Not very Ocean's 11 of them at all. And yeah, it's just a real sad story. So the UPS driver got killed, and a 70-year-old man who was just idling at the light. And I don't know if we all saw the same video, but there's a video floating around where someone's recording it and they're just in their car, and it is literally happening in front of their car, on the left side of their car, and on the right side of their car. So like damn near every fucking angle, you know, of their car is danger. But like I said earlier, we live in an age where anything happens, someone's pulling their phone out, you know. So instead of this person just like ducking, trying to maybe use the car as some type of protection, you know, at all, protect the dome piece whatsoever, they're recording. That's a trip. A trip to see. But of course, nothing happened to them because they're the filmer. The filmer seems to always live these days. But a 70-year-old man who was idling at the light on his way home from work was shot. Think about that. He's 70 years old, still working. That's a hard worker, you know? Hard worker. Shame he couldn't die on the job. I don't know if people still like that. That's like an old way of thinking. People say I'm gonna work till I'm dead, and they really mean it. Like they want to be working last second till they die. But that's just sad as hell, man. That's a 70-year-old man still working. Holiday season. Maybe gonna buy the grandkids some gifts or something. He gets killed. UPS driver, he was abducted and killed. What a bad day for him. And let me just tell you, UPS FedEx, that's some grueling shit. That's some grueling shit, man. You wake up real early. You get inside that place about 6 o'clock or something. And after someone like me who has played human Tetris all night with your truck and just tried to stack your boxes by address and route. Well, I don't know. I had a real stickler of a driver, but he used to tip me, which I don't think you're supposed to. But he was an asshole that gave me money, so I was down with that. I'm a pretty quick learner, so once he told me how he liked this shit, and he wanted it real organized. Like it had to be by address, but also by like the time of his stop. So like towards the back of the truck was like shit towards the end of the fucking run, and the front of the truck was like shit that's gonna be in the beginning of the run by address. So he had his shit down to a sign. So basically he pull up to a fucking stop. He just touched the first box and go. That's how fucking organized that man was, and it was all thanks to me and his training. Thank you, senpai. That's a lot of good training for me. I can apply that to other stuff in my life. But this is horrible. Still, and they say it also left a mountain of unanswered questions. As the video of the violence circulated on national news and social media, some, including the UPS driver's family, criticized the police tactics, saying it was irresponsible for the officers to exchange fire on a crowded street. Others say the first responders had no choice but to confront the deadly threat. And like I'm saying, that person who was recording had cops cocking guns and shit on the left side of their car and the fucking UPS truck on the other side of their car. It's like, at that point, I don't know how they weren't ducking and fucking kissing their ass, hoping something helped them. Because you literally see a shootout finna happen. You watch that video, you know there's no standoff about to happen. They're about to start blasting. And that's just crazy, because when you watch movies and shit, when they have a hostage situation, I thought they got to send out that like detective guy or whatever he is with the bulletproof vest and the mega horn is like, yo, what you need? We got you. We'll bring you what you asked for if you let the people go. But on this fateful day in Florida, they were not negotiating with terrorists or jewelry thieves, if you will. And they just went ahead and fucking, hey, fuck traffic, fuck everybody. They just was like, we're killing somebody today. And they sure the hell did. I don't got much more to say. That prayers out to the family of the driver and 70-year-old man come home from work. You two jewelry thieves, you're dead now, but dude, come on. Jewelry thievery? I've never seen it work except on a high scale. Like, I don't know if you guys heard, it was like last month or something, those people did some like straight up Ocean's 11 shit and robbed that German museum for $1 billion worth of fucking one-of-one type shit, swords and jewelry and everything. That was crazy. Some people speculate that they might have had some type of contortionist, maybe small people, because the bars on the gate to the museum, the space to get into the hole was only about the size of a normal person's head. So you got to be a real small fella to get through that hole. They got away. The police tracked them down to a underground parking garage where there was just a burnt car that they believe was the getaway car, because who else would have burned their car? You know, and that's some expert shit. Nobody get hurt. You know, nobody get hurt. You get the jewels. Boom. It's go downs in legend. We're gonna talk about it forever. It was mysterious. We don't know how it happened. What happened? Wow, amazing. Ocean's 11, real life. You know, no one gets hurt. But this shit, you knew it was gonna be shoddy. Your fucking escape plan was to abduct a UPS driver. You fucking idiots. What? That's just sad. That's just sad. That is just sad. But let's move on to some more sad shit, but not that kind of sad. More just like, what the fuck's going on with the world type sad. I don't know if you guys listen and keep up with Twitch drama, but like I said, this is a real eclectic podcast. We're going to talk about everything. Anything that I see, anything that I'm into, we're going to talk about it. We're going to bring it to the forefront, get some discussion going. I'm going to introduce you to shit. I'm going to just talk about shit you already heard for the 100th time today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it just like that. But in other news, girl by the name of Alinity. I don't know if you've been keeping up with shit, but I'm talking about this. This girl has done a lot. This girl fed her cat vodka from her mouth to mouth vodka. Mouth to mouth vodka. She threw her cat over her head, and hey, we all know cats land on their legs and on whatever else, but it's just you know, you might go, hey, you know, I once had a cat that liked to be thrown on the bed. Would come back to me to hey, throw me on the bed. That's what he liked to do. That's his prerogative, and I'm just there to help. But this was more of a like, hey, you're pissing me off, cat. Yeet. Yeeted that cat right over her head. It's in GIFs everywhere. It's memes. You could see it. It's sad. PETA chimed in like, yo, do something. Stop this shit. Hey. Twitch ain't stopped shit. Twitch ain't even trying to ban her. Twitch is like, let it rock. It's bringing traffic to our site. Let it rock. Planet rock. Twitch is kind of evil, man. Kind of evil. I ain't gonna say that. It's not evil, but it's like I said, it's ran by a bunch of people in my age bracket, I guess. And do I think a bunch of me's can run a fucking... What is Twitch worth? Let's see, Twitch worth. Okay. Twitch is valued at about $3.79 billion as of October 2019. Oh yeah, Amazon owns Twitch now, so fuck that. It's the richest thing in the world. It's owned by Amazon. But yeah, they're damn, yeah, maybe it is evil because Amazon's pretty evil. You ever seen a documentary or anyone talk about when they used to work there? It's horrible. You work on the other side of the factory, and the bathroom will be on the other side, and you can only have a 5-minute bathroom break or some shit like that. It's gonna take you like 10 minutes to walk across the fucking whole place, so you can't take bathroom breaks, basically. Breaking people's bladders and what have you. Amazon. Get it together. That's kind of fucked up to be that rich and that evil. But yeah, so this girl Alinity, she's got a track record of doing fucked up shit with animals and just fucked up shit on Twitch, not getting banned for it, still rocking in the free world. This time, she's like doing some type of stretch, yoga pose, I don't know what, a fucking slow motion somersault, I don't know what she was doing. But her dog comes up and just gets a nose right in her vagina. And let me just tell you, a normal person, I'm sure we've all seen it if you've been around people and pets, and you got that real horny dog, that just horny fucking dog, you know? Dogs sometimes come in a real horny variety, you know? What you gonna do? It's a dog. And I take that back. Maybe they're not horny, you know, because let's just say dogs greet each other by sniffing each other's ass and shit. They're like, hey, where you been? Let me smell that butt. Oh, you're doing great. Good to know. Good to know. But her dog, and you can tell this wasn't either one of their first rodeo. The dog very confidently sticks a nose right in that vagina, gets a little sniff, sniff. She's upside down, vagina in the air. Dog don't care. Sniff, sniff. Now, a normal person would, push the dog away. Discipline that dog. Say, hey, you don't stick your fucking nose in my vagina, okay? All right? I'm your mom. You're my fur baby, and I take care of you, damn it. It's not no fur baby, human mama incest popping off, okay? No bestiality popping off in this household. You gotta put your foot down when you're raising a fucking 120-pound killer, Fucking carnivores in that mouth. You're gonna have to lay down some rules. But she just let the dog sniff away. Little giggles, little laughs. Little laughs, little giggles. It's kind of sad. I get that audio. That audio, why not, huh? Here we go. Somehow so hard to find a clip these days, just a fucking clip. I don't want to hear someone talk about the clip unless it's me right now at least, All right, so here we go. Here's the audio for this. I don't know how informative it's gonna be, but let's just get it in there, shall we? All right. The dog's in there now. The dog is in there still. Okay, that was 12 seconds. That was 12 seconds of dog in her snatch. And at the end of the 12, so we'll call it the 13th second, she just laughs and says stop. She let the dog full, not just close. He was like nose to pants, nose to yoga pants. And right now, it's a 17-second clip. Right now, where I have the video, you know what? We're going to include that. We're going to include that right here, just so I remember that. The dog's just staring at her like, bitch. the dog's just staring at, you'll see it right here. You're seeing it now. Just right at her crotch, and she's just, the dog's baffled, like, well, yo, why smell like that down there? Yo. Bro, I can't, I'm at a loss of words, because you can only imagine it stinks. Like, let's be real. You can only imagine it stinks. Dogs roll in shit. Dogs will roll in fucking shit and think that it's a good time. Like, whoa, dude. Last Tuesday, I got to roll in shit. It was great. So, stinky stuff does not scare dogs. It entices dogs. So I'm just saying, that shit smells horrible, dude. Drink some water, Alinity. No more vodka. Get your pH balance corrected. Holy shit. But, yeah, that's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. Oh, I guess there's another clip. Okay, she did the splits. And the dog's humping her. Okay. Yeah. This is a different day. She does freaky shit with that dog, bro. Oh man, that's gross. That's gross. That is fucking gross. That's gross. What are you gonna do though? The platform she's on doesn't seem to care. Damn, that's gross. And let's see. All right, we got about that. We got that. We got that. All right, the next thing on the list here is Anthony Joshua wins over Andy Ruiz in match 2. You know, this was the rematch. And Anthony Joshua wins. Wow. Well. Now, you know, what everyone's saying is, you know, they're saying what they used to say when Mayweather boxed. They're saying, hey, this Anthony Joshua guy, he ran around a lot of running around. Wasn't a very good fight, people were saying. And he played the point system. And we all hate the point system, right? I mean, if you watch boxing, let's be real, you hate the point system. That shit is so trash. Like, we just I mean, that's literally why the MMA is doing so well. We just want to see someone get knocked out. We come for the knockout, you know? We come for a good fight. We want to see some blows traded. We don't want to see how athletic you are. We watch sports for that shit. We don't care how much you can dodge. Fucking get hit and hit. Or don't get hit and do a lot of hitting. Or just be doing them soft-ass jabs, getting them points in, you know? Sorry, I zoned out there a little bit. I mean, I was talking, but I was kind of zony. Because, watching I guess, I wouldn't quite call that highlights because that wasn't very good, but a clip, of the fight. And from what I saw there, it didn't look too bad. I wasn't able to watch the fight. I was busy at the time. Well, I actually did not know. And it was scored 118 to 110. So Joshua won by 8 points. You hate to see it, I guess. Because when Andy Ruiz won, it was such a big thing. Everyone's like, whoa, this big dude beat up this like fucking chiseled ass dude. Like, this is amazing. What? Like, you know, it gave hope to a lot of people out there, you know, and it was shout out to all my Mexicans out there. A lot of my friends are Mexican. I grew up from the Bay Area, so I grew up in a lot of real mixed neighborhoods. I got love for everybody. Shout out my Mexicans. And yeah, I know they were hype, you know? They were loving this shit. And I was loving it too. And, you know, fucking Josh was from fucking what do you call it? From England or some shit. He's from the UK, you know. I'm not rooting for that guy. I'm rooting for my fellow American brother right here from America. I'm sad to see that. You know, I wanted to see how far Ruiz was gonna go with his championship. But it's just like he became champion, and then they made him rematch. Well, I don't say they made him. I'm sure the bag was amazing. I'm sure the check was like, haha, yes, yes. So you know, is it really a loss? Is that really a loss when you lose, but you get fucking, let's just say $100 million, shit, 20 million, get all these M's. You get all these M's. Is that a loss? I don't know, but you hate to see it. And that is pretty much it. Wow, we went over an hour. That's surprising. So I just want to say thank you if you survived this amateur attempt at a podcast, the SadState podcast. Why SadState? SadState is a merch of mine. I don't want to say clothing because all I really make is like shirts and shit. So the merch of mine, and maybe if the podcast takes off, it'll be podcast merch too. And I still have a lot of ideas and a lot of unreleased pieces. I officially only released one shirt, and I didn't do it online or anything. Just did it in the area because anytime I would wear one of my shirts, I would get compliments. So at first I was just making them for me, but so many people were complimenting me. I'm like, maybe I could sell these. So yeah, and I didn't go too hard on that just because it really started to ramp up and pick up around the time I had to move. So there's that. But I would love to bring it back, and I would love to get you guys suited and booted in some of the SadState swaggity roni. So leave a like, subscribe, you know, maybe a comment on anything I've said today. And I hope you enjoyed it. More to come. Blessings. Love to everybody. Peace.